Hey guys, it's Gamefacer and welcome back to episode 9 of my Juventus career mode. Now in today's episode we've got 3 more games to play, the first of which, as you can see, is going to be in the league against Sassuolo, I think is how you pronounce that one, hopefully that's right. Zenit is then up in the second leg of that. Ty is in this episode as well, in the round of 16 of the Champions Cup. And then we've got a game against Pescara after that. We're near enough back to our usual upload schedule now, you'll be happy to know, hopefully. And we will hopefully have sort of pretty regular uploads, I would imagine, from now on. I've only got 3 more mock exams left, and I should be able to record enough to kind of cover enough of those days, so you guys won't be without some videos. So before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's video, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, be absolutely fantastic. This is a side I've gone with for the opening game of today's episode. Buffon starting in goal, Teo at right back, Regani and Bonucci at centre back, got Matteo there at left back, Asamoah and Cubas, I think it is, at CDM. Piaka at left mid, Quadrado at right mid, Mertens in behind Batshuayi, and a fairly weakened bench, to be honest. There's a few players that just couldn't really get on the bench because we've got so many players that are tired from that last match a couple of days ago. They've had to rest quite a lot of them. But still, I'm positive about this match. We've got quite a big squad full of really good players, so the fact that Bonucci, an 87 rated centre-back, is on the bench usually and getting into our second team kind of tells you that we do have a lot of strength and depth there. Very, very happy with that. It leaves us with a decent side to play this game. We need to get 3 points. We're currently 1 point behind first place, so in second. And we need to really try and get on top as quickly as possible. Let's crack on with the game and see how we get on. No, this isn't good. Oh, what a save. All comes from a terrible pass from Regani. Went straight to them. Baradi's going to deliver that one. Oh, it's gone very, very close. Still hasn't been cleared. Oh, off the post. Very, very good start there from the opposition. Inside the first 5 minutes, could already have scored. And we can attack again. Need to get these passes going a bit better. Being a little bit sloppy to begin with. Batshuayi gets brought down. And he's won as a good free kick there, actually. Decent position. Actually, very nice range there for Piaka or Mertens. Who can be better for us? It's going to be Piaka, I think. Can we get it up and over the wall? That's absolutely horrific. How the hell did that happen? You saw the direction I wanted it in, and that was certainly not the right direction. How has he managed that? That's almost impressive how he's got it that high and that wide. Mertens, look at that pass through to Piaka. That's a good ball as well. On to Asamoah. It's supposed to be to Batshuayi, but Asamoah gets the strike on his weaker foot. I think it might have just been going slightly wide, but the goalkeeper had to save it. And yeah, it was maybe our first shot of the game, that one. Not that many chances, a little bit disappointing. We failed to string passes together properly. This is much better here though. Piaka, and again, doesn't really threaten the goalkeeper. Mertens still going here. Good luck for that pass through to Batshuayi. It's overhit. How can you not pass a ball like that? It's a simple pass. Absolutely terrible. That's really, really poor. Mertens onto Batshuayi, that's good. Batshuayi, oh, that's our best chance so far. Really, really good chance. The shot, okay, didn't quite have as much power or placement in the top corner as I was after, but it still has challenged the goalkeeper much better than any of our previous chances. And we will be looking to, I think, change up the team a little bit at half-time, because we've not been good enough, a little bit sloppy, and just generally not linking up the play as well as we have been. Those sort of passes have pretty much summed things up. It's 0-0 at half-time. Let's look to the bench, and I think we'll make 1 change. Okay, so Morone is going to come on and play in CDM. We're going to take off Mertens. He's had a really poor game. Failed to show any quality, really. Piaka's going to go in behind Batshuayi. Asamoah will move on to the left-hand side, and we'll see what that does to the team. Hopefully it gives us a little bit more quality. The passing has to be better, has to be sharper, and we have to get control of this match a little bit. They've really dominated the midfield much more than I was anticipating, and especially because, you know, they're a mid-table side at the moment, so we really shouldn't be losing out as much possession as we are at the moment. I don't feel like we're in control of this game whatsoever. Batshuayi, that's a decent pass. Piaka's made that run. Piaka, he had to finish it off. He does do. We're 3 minutes in. We're winning the game 1-0. I should say we're 3 minutes into the second half. 48 minutes in total. And it's 1-0. Fantastic stuff. Really good build-up play. Straight from kickoff. And yeah, we kind of caught them sleeping a little bit, I think, here. It's really good build-up play. The passing was much sharper. Look at that run from midfield. Piaka playing centrally. Slots at home. That's a tactical change for you. It's worked. And we're only 3 minutes into the second half. Good chance, and it's 1-1. It's the first chance they've had. I can't remember them having too many decent chances. It is pretty much the first one they've created and they've scored. 1-1. and approaching just about over 30 minutes at the moment to try and get a goal back, because that's not good enough. We've really conceded there far too easily. We've just let them walk through, and with the first chance they've scored it. So yeah, I mean, it's been pretty much the case throughout. I think that's very much the case with this FIFA, to be honest. The opposition do seem to get a lot of goals that are a little bit undeserved, but we have to deal with it. It makes the game's a little bit more interesting, albeit frustrating, and as I say, that Cuadrado might well just be injured here. That'll be even more frustrating, because we don't really have another winger on the bench, I don't think. Oh, no, what? I don't know how this has happened. It's just been, I think they've just given us sending off. I've just gone to make a change. Obviously, Cuadrado is going off injured, I think. And it's just sent off Morone for a challenge. I was obviously trying to stop play so I could make the change. For me, I don't feel this is a red card. It's a bad challenge. It's not a red card, though. It's just a yellow, surely. I don't see that one as a red, to be honest. Yeah, now we've left ourselves in a really, really bad position. This isn't good. We're going to have to change things around yet again. Okay, all three changes. We're going to have to bring on Zaza and Donis. We're going to take off Batshuayi and Cuadrado. Leaves us without a centre attacking mid. We have no option, really. Asamoah is going to go back into midfield. Piaka on the left-hand side. And yeah, we'll just have to go with that one guy up front with no support. It's going to be tough now for the final sort of 25 minutes. We've got to maybe cling on to the 1-1. It's difficult to know exactly what to do. I think the aim will to be pretty much go on the counter-attack and see whether we can nick anything from this game, because I can't see us being able to win it through possession. I mean, it was a struggle before with 11 players. Now I've got 10. Oh no. Oh no. That is terrible. That is really bad. Another shocking defensive display there. Really, really bad. I mean, there's two players around him. There's a player that should deal with this. He's in front of it. Can't quite tell who it is. Is it Teo? I think it is. It's difficult to tell. He's in front of the man. He's the one that should be commanding that and just heading it away. It's really not that difficult. I try to head it. Of course, it doesn't let me. And he prods it into the back of the net, basically. So, yeah, that leaves us 2-1 down with 10 men. Two really just very, very poor displays defensively for both of those goals. And it just left me being able to not do anything, really. I couldn't do anything else. I was trying to head the ball, did not let me head the ball, so they score. Ball through to Asamoah. He's going to look for Zaza. This could be a good chance, actually. Zaza, you got to finish it. No, that is painful. Didn't finesse it because I had a feeling it would go wide. Oh no, you've got to just smash that one in the top right-hand corner. It's not even nowhere near the corner. Why do they do this? Just let me shoot where I aim to shoot. Donis gonna look for the cross into Zaza. Wow, that's surely a foul. Donis, oh, straight at the goalkeeper. He saves over the bar. No fouls given, luckily for us. Piaka will deliver this one. Donis is in there. Zaza is as well, but can't reach it. It's a goal kick. Zaza gonna have to take this chance. It gets blocked. Oh, gets a leg to it just at the right time, doesn't he? We got ourselves a corner here. Cubas gonna cross it. Not known for his crossing, but Zaza was in there. Doesn't do a thing. That's it, I think, now. That will probably be it for the games. Disappointing. We've had our chances. We have. We've just not taken them. They have taken their chances, and they've not had many of them, but when they have, they've scored them. They've won the game 2-1. I say they've not had many of them, but according to the stats, they seem to have had a similar amount to us. Never feels that way in game, but that's what the stats say, so we will believe them to an extent. But yeah, lost there. A bit of an embarrassment. A shambles in defence. Really, really poor. The red card obviously changed things, although I think it kind of changed a little bit before then. It was kind of changing when they got the goal to equalise. It was just really, really bad. Things just swung so quickly. Cuadrado's out for 3 weeks with a sprained ankle. I've obviously got a player suspended, Morone, there, who wasn't really going to feature in the next game, but he is suspended anyway. And we are going to move on to some player development. Can't believe the way that we've lost that match. That now leaves us a few points behind in the title race. That's not good. Okay, so on to the game against Zenit now. A little bit of a shock maybe to you to see the formation change so heavily. We played the last leg, I think in the last episode I want to say it was, and it was a 0-0 draw, and that was the away leg. They just sat and basically defended. They were happy to take the draw, so we're not going to really go for that. We don't want to have any of that, so we're going to go for a 3 at the back, really put a lot of pressure on them, go with 2 big strikers, and basically try and get some crosses in with Verdi on the left-hand side and Haisaj on the right-hand side. So we're going to go with this side. We've got Manolas, Laporte, Azpilicueta and Buffon as my sort of defensive players. Storaro is going to play in front of that, and Khedira and Pjanic as my 2 CDMs. Like I said, Verdi and Haisaj as my wingers. We've got City, who I don't usually play, but he's 6'4", so we're going to go with 2 really, really big men up front. and Zaza playing as a guy alongside him. Even though it might seem tactical that I've done that, it's mainly because the other two players are still a little bit tired from the last game. So we've got to bear in mind there's another league game coming up in 4 or 5 days' time, and we've got to rest players for that as well. But our bench is still fairly strong. There's plenty of options, especially going forward. But we'll continue with that. Guerrero might have to come on at some point during this game, and we've also got the option to go back to a 4 at the back with the players that we have currently in the team if that doesn't work. And yeah, I think overall this could be an interesting game tactically. I think we should really have a good performance. We've got 2 big men up front. I'll be interested to see how those two get on up there with each other. Could be a very interesting game this one. I have no idea how it's going to pan out. Okay, here we are. We've got the home crowd behind us for this game. It's the home leg. I've just kind of thought, I don't know how much they're going to attack really in this game. It's difficult to know. I think last time their wingers were fairly attacking. They used their big target man, which they have up front. And we'll wait and see what this formation yields. We'll wait and see what happens as a result of it. We'll obviously make changes at half-time if it's necessary to do that. I'm hoping that if we can string a few passes together here and get a cross in, Storaro, not one of our bigger players I don't think, but nearly got on the end of it. Hoping we can maybe get an early goal if we can anyway. Good chance. Oh, what a challenge. What a challenge. We can't get the pass right yet again. Cause ourselves pressure. It was obviously going to happen. As soon as the pass was wrong, it was obviously going to happen. I don't know how you can get that pass wrong. This is the issue we had in the last game as well. The passes at the right time were wrong. It's every single time it seems like now. Oh my days, how can you make a mistake like that? It's just terrible. It really is bad. And that's cost us an away goal, so even more important than a normal goal because we obviously didn't get any goals in our away leg. So now we've got to win this game 2-0 we've got to get 2 goals in order to get through. That's very frustrating. And why did that guy not pass there when I told him to? Okay, again, just not quite doing what I'm asking them to do. Pjanic onto Verdi. This is good. He's opened up his body. Oh, no! How can he be so bad? How is the shot so bad? I know it's his weaker foot, but he's got to do better. Oh no! He may as well just kicked it off the pitch. It's a useless shot. It's terrible. Anyone could have saved that. We've got a chance, and that's a more difficult one for the goalkeeper, but still made it look fairly easy. I said there was the option to change the formation because of the players we had on the pitch, and we're going to do that. We're going to actually go to what we usually play because it's really strange. It's maybe a little bit ironic, but it just seems from the way the game's gone that this is the formation that will work. Doesn't necessarily mean the personnel that we've actually got playing will work. I might have to take off City because obviously it's not his ideal formation, that one, playing behind a player like Zaza. But for now, we're just going to not make any changes, like bringing on players, but we will have to, I think, change the formation because that is one that will probably suit this game a little bit more because their wingers are just pushing and pulling our centre-backs around, really, and just really causing a lot of upset to that 3 at the back. So we need to change that. Hopefully going 4 at the back will help. Pjanic looking to switch it out to Gadira. I don't know why he's found himself on the left-hand side. Awful organisation at the moment, but Zaza looking to play that pass, and when I wanted to make the pass, the player was running. When it passed, the player wasn't running, and Zaza was probably the better off keeping the ball himself. Just the time between me making the decision and the decision actually happening seems to be affecting us a little bit at the moment. It's half-time, we're losing the game 1-0, we need to find 2 goals in the second half. So I've actually just decided we are going to make a couple of changes here at half-time, because I'm not going to let this continue. We're 1-0 down, we need 2 goals. And if we don't find the goals, we're out. It's as simple as that. So we're going to bring on Guerrero. We're also going to bring on Icardi as well. So bringing on the big guns now. We're going to take off Khedira and Seri. 2 players that couldn't really get into this match. Pjanic is going to play at CDM. We've got Verdi going over to the right-hand side. Guerrero on the left-hand side. Icardi in behind Zaza. The hope with Icardi playing in behind Zaza is that they'll get obviously a bit of hold-up play there with Zaza. Allow Icardi to get in behind and hopefully score. We'll wait and see what happens though. We'll wait and see whether we are able to do that, and hopefully we can have a much better second half. Let's go and see whether we can actually get ourselves a decent result in the second half. Guerrero looking to play that pass through to Icardi. What a fantastic pass. The 2 substitutes combining. Icardi slots it home. It's 1-1. We need another goal. Go get the ball. We need another one. Here we go. Fantastic start to the second half. The 2 substitutes link up. Hit them on the break from their corner. Fantastic pass from Guerrero. The finish was there. I was worried for a second it was going wide, but we haven't. We're back in this match. It hasn't gone wide, and there's 40 minutes left for us to find a winner. That's what we need. Currently, we're still going out, so we can't celebrate too much. No, 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 no. We're lucky. We're lucky their striker's not better there. That's Paul. There's not been that any chances, I don't actually think, since the goal here. So a little bit worrying that we've kind of slowed down since that goal to equalise. We need another one. 23 minutes to go, about 20 minutes to go. And yeah, we've got to still try and find a winning goal here. Guerrero, Azpilicueta onto Guerrero. This is what we needed. Oh, Guerrero took a heavy touch. He shoots and he scores. It's 2-1. The substitute has an assist and a goal. This is the impact he makes off the bench. This is why I love him so much. This is why he is my favourite career mode player. Yes, I'm going to go that far and say it. I love him that much, Guerrero. He's doing a fantastic job for us on that left-hand side of midfield in particular. And off the bench, he is incredible. So much faster than everyone else. Dribblings, and even his dribbling is absolutely brilliant as well. I thought as soon as he took that heavy touch inside that it was going to cost us that attack, but it hasn't. He's slotted it home. We're 2-up, and we are through to the next round as it stands. There's 15 minutes to go. Let's not get too carried away. Things can happen. Okay, the final change that we can make. We are going to take off Verdi, bring on Kukoviak. He doesn't have his full energy usually, so I wouldn't usually bring on a sort of player like this, but I think it's the sort of player we need. He's big, he's strong, he wins back the ball, and that's exactly what we need, I think, in this situation. So we're losing one of our attacking players. We're just going to stick the big man up front with Icardi on the right-hand side now. Try and get it out to the wings, into the corners, that sort of thing. Everything we're going to have to do, I think, in the final 13 minutes. And try and slow down the game, obviously, as much as possible when we can. We'll wait and see what happens here. Kukoviak, I think, is another really, really crucial player to this team. Hopefully he can come on and put in a good performance for the final 10 minutes. Sturaro, going to look for Zaza. It's a fantastic pass. It's found him as well. He's held that one up brilliantly. He's still going. Zaza! Oh, that is horrific. How has he managed to get it so far the opposite way to where it was supposed to go? It's supposed to go on the left-hand side. It's gone into the right. And it's just missed completely. That is terrible. And some sort of reason why we've been in difficult positions for a lot of this game and in previous matches as well. It sums it up really for me because we just don't take our chances. We should really have got another couple of goals in this match. Another couple of goals on the last one as well. We just haven't taken them. I don't know what it is about this team or about the career mode or whatever, where we just can't seem to take the chances that we create. Another one here. Zaza does this time round, just as I'm complaining that we don't take the chances. We take that one and we're into the next round. Zaza with the third goal. Such an important substitute was bringing on Guerrero, bringing on Icardi as well. We had to do it and it's paid off for us. We had to bring on the big guns early and we've managed to get ourselves into the next round. Just about not happy with how the performance was, obviously, in the first half. Maybe it's a little bit understandable. It was a weakened team. It was a changed formation, so what can I expect, really? But those changes at half-time really did swing things in our favour. That's it. We've won the game 3-1. We're into the next round. Very, very happy with that. Into the quarter-finals. It was an important game, that one, because obviously the reason why we did this short career mode was to win the league and win the Champions League. That was kind of the aim. Ideally to win everything, obviously, but those two things in particular is what we're here to try and do. And obviously if we went out there, then there'd kind of be no point continuing, really, because the Champions League was the big one, the one that we needed to try and do. We do have one final game to play, though, to finish off the episode. We will be playing it against Pescara in the league, and it's a chance for us to really sort of boost our league form at the moment, because we're 4 points behind, and that's not good enough. We're closer to third place than we are to first. I don't like that. Okay, this is the side I'm going to go with for this next match, the final game of the episode against Pescara. We've got Buffon starting in goal again. He's actually a right back. Then we've got Regani and Bonucci as centre backs, Azpilicueta for left back, with Marquisio and Kukoviak as per CDM, so a little bit of a different option there for us. Don't usually pair these two together, but I have done. And Guerrero on the left-hand side, Cohen on the right with Asamoah in behind Icardi. That leaves us with a very strong bench, in particular in attack as usual. Batshuayi is there with full health or full fitness, if you want to call it that. And he was obviously ready to come off the bench if we need him. Let's wait and find out what happens. I'm hoping for a good, really, really good performance from this team. It's a strong side, really. We've risked some players that aren't fully fit, but it's not really a risk, I suppose, but it's just I usually play the players that are fully fit, and a couple of them aren't quite, but they're so important players that we're going to have to put them in the team anyway. And yeah, let's crack on with the match. Feels like a little while since we've had Kingsley Coman in the side. I think he's just not been quite fully fit to play for us. Looking forward to having him back in the team. I think he's a very important player for us. I like him a lot in game, and I'm just hoping he can play as well as he has been for us. In this match. He's scored quite a few goals for us as well. I think he's our second top goal scorer. I think Icardi is the top goal scorer. Obviously, most of them came at his previous club. But let's crack on with the game here and hopefully get ourselves a good result. Ideally, we want to get 3 or 4 goals here. We really do. It should be one of those games that should be fairly comfortable. Hopefully, we can make it like that. That's surely a free kick in the opening 5 or 6 minutes. And who is it that we've got to take? We don't have loads of good free kick takers. That's the only downside to this side. We've got Coman, Guerrero, I think. Marquisio would actually be a good option. I was going to go Guerrero, but I think right-footed will be best. Hopefully not the same sort of result that we saw in that previous game. It's not far off, right at the wall. Disappointing. Brilliant. Fantastic. Asamoah. Oh, Icardi was so close. Good bit of build-up play. Sadly didn't manage to make it 1-0, but it looks like that goal's coming. Marquisio takes an age to shoot, falls for Icardi, who can shoot, and again right at the keeper. Oh, fantastic. Krakowiak. Oh, it should be 1-0 now. Too many chances that we haven't again taken. Say it so often, I'm getting fed up of saying it. We need to score some of these chances. Guerrero puts it in. That one's too easy. 6 shots in the opening 18 minutes. No goals. You wouldn't see the computer doing that. That is my point. You would not see them have 6 shots and not score. We'll take the corner, yes please. That's all come from a drop ball. Kingsley Coman will deliver it. If we score here, it will be very unjustified, but it didn't happen, sadly. But yeah, that's happened once before, actually, where they've given us a corner from just a simple drop ball, and we've actually managed to win it back here as well. Guerrero, again, doesn't fall for us. Half-time, 0-0. As far as I'm concerned, there's only really been one team on the pitch for most of that half. I know, obviously, possession stats show it's in their favour, and that's not really surprising. They like to pass it around the back a lot. But the amount of shots we've had, it's ridiculous. It's actually not changed since the 18th minute, though, which I find a little bit interesting. All of them have been on target. But yeah, it's been a very frustrating match, as have so many of them, as I say, virtually every game. Icardi onto Asamoah, go on! You're rubbish. I'm subbing you off. You're terrible. I'm not having that. That's pathetic. On your stronger foot, there's no excuse for it. We'll bring on Batshuayi. We're going to have to go all guns blazing here. 40 minutes left. Horrific from Asamoah. Let's get him off. Icardi onto Batshuayi. He's going to hold it up. Oh, it's gone actually to Krakowiak. Icardi's looking to get in there. He gets a toe to it, but in the wrong direction. Icardi got to score it. He has done. It's 1-0. Oh, thank God for that. 30 minutes left. But 1-0 up. We needed that goal. Very, very important for us, because the longer the game goes on and you've had all this possession, all these half chances, it kind of gets even more frustrating. The frustration builds up. So about time we finish one of them off. And it's 1-0. And, you know, I don't want to say this, but I'd take a 1-0 as long as we win this. That is all that matters. Again, the performance has been off. We've had loads and loads of chances. You saw at half-time we had 6 on target. God knows how many we've had now. But yeah, we certainly should be winning this game by more. It hasn't happened, but hopefully now they'll have to push players forward, and that'll leave gaps, and maybe we can get a second or third. Good bit of play again, doesn't lead to anything though, but a fantastic bit of build-up play. And we might take him off, we might stick him up front. In fact, that might be an interesting option for us. We'll see who we've got on the bench. We'll go with Piaka coming on, and we might take off Guerrero as well, bring on Matteo to play in that position. Yeah, just a couple of different changes, I suppose. We'll go with that, and stick Coman up front, or swap those two round. We'll go with that. Brilliant from Matteo. Needed that just to give us a bit of a break here. Batshuayi, gonna look for that pass. It's incredible. Coman, go on. Oh, it's a brilliant save. Marquisio just going to look to control the game now for the final few minutes of this match. Don't really need to do anything particularly silly. Just keep hold of the possession. We're just going to try and keep things a little bit central here. And how has that not managed to find Batshuayi's feet? That's incredible. And this is exactly what we didn't want to happen. Could be a yellow, could be a red. Really disappointing how we've done that. Another red. 2 reds in 1 episode. Don't think that's happened before, but that's another achievement for us. 2 straight reds. All came from that one pass to Batshuayi that just didn't happen. We've really had to fight against things that have pretty much gone out against us for most of the episode. And we have got ourselves, I think, a win here. 1-0. Can't believe that. Really can't believe that. They didn't have any shots in that second half. It was completely dominant. They only went into our half a couple of times. And yet we managed to get ourselves a player sent off. And only 1 goal. Don't know how that has happened ever in the history of FIFA. But it's 3 points. We're still 4 points behind first place. A little bit shaky at times in this episode. That is everything for today's episode, as we have 1 player coming back from suspension. Another goes out for suspension. And yeah, that's everything for today's episode. Thanks so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 35 likes, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. If you're already subscribed, or if you are going to go ahead and subscribe, then don't forget to click that bell button as well. You'll find out when I upload new videos. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at GamefaceHD. That is it though. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.